Artists, please don't make the mistakes I've been making lately. And by lately, I mean like 2 years. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. If you've been around my channel for very long, you may remember when I used to do videos or produce videos, upload videos, whatever, words. They're hard. I'm bad at them. I used to upload like 5 videos a week, and now I might do one a month on top of, I do live streams every week, but I've not been producing that much content lately. I've always got reasons and excuses on why and when I'm going to take care of that, when I'm going to correct that problem. It finally hit me recently when I was thinking about why am I not doing more videos? What changed? I'm not really any more busy than I was back when I produced a lot of content. What changed? There are 2 major things that I had to adjust to fix this problem. And while these are focused around my creating YouTube videos, it really applies to creating artwork as well. So just think about, are you falling into one of these? Can you apply these problems to your art? And can you apply some of the solutions to getting more artwork done? My first problem is that I've not been on a schedule. I ended up with some health problems and in the hospital and then multiple surgeries, and it took 6 months to get better back a couple of years ago. And I never got back on schedule. Like once I got off that schedule, it was just like, kind of like when you get used to going to the gym every day and you get sick and then it takes you forever to get back into it again. I did that for 2 years with my videos. And I had to figure out, okay, I have the same amount of time in a day that I used to. What changed? Why am I not able to get things done? And there were a couple of problems with this. One, the first thing I had to change, I need to get a schedule going again, like an actual written schedule. Now, I hate schedules. I want to just kind of work on things that I'm in the mood for. Yeah, you know what happens then? Nothing. Nothing happens, nothing gets done. So that was something that really, really had to change. And my schedule seems so crazy. Like there's so many elements that I need to accomplish that it's kind of like my bedroom closet where you just look in there knowing you need to clean it out. And it's just like, I don't even know where to start. Just close the door and walk away. And that's what I've been doing for my schedule. So I sat down and made a list of every single thing I want to get done every month, every week, and every day. After I made the full list of everything, which was a long list, I put a little number, like however many hours or minutes it should take to do each of those elements. And then I just separated them by day, week, or month. Wow, I have a day off now. I haven't had a day off, like an actual, I get to take days off in forever because I'm always behind. I always have to work because I'm always behind. I'm so unorganized. This is going to change everything for me. I'm going to have a day off. I'm going to be producing 2 videos a week now, and instead of 1 a month, on top of the live streams and the Patreon videos. I'm going to get on time. I have a set plan to be on time with Patreon postcards for the first time ever. You guys know what I'm talking about, and I'll be getting caught up here. And staying caught up, that's the really good thing. If I stay with the schedule, I should never be behind on things anymore. Unless you get sick or things come up, but for the most part, this is going to make all the difference in the world. And this works for you and your art. If you're having a hard time finding time in the day, whether it be, in between taking kids to soccer practice, whatever it is that you're doing, or school and your work and cleaning, whatever it is that you're doing, if you make that list, it's amazing how much extra time you can fit into that day if you're not doing what I was doing, which is I'd be sitting at the computer, get up to go to the kitchen to get a drink and think, okay, now I got to go get something else done. That time between walking back from the kitchen to my office with my drink, I'm like, what was it I was going to do? What was I going to work on? And I just kind of wander around aimlessly. Oh, I'm going to go look at my fish. Oh, I'm going to go pet my dogs for a bit. Oh, I'm going to go do things that can be done at another time. Like I just wasn't accomplishing what needed to be done. And it was making it so that I had even less free time. It's not like I was spending fun time like laying down and reading a book. I was always working, but I was wasting all this in-between time, halfway between like go refill the coffee and here come all the comments. You need to lay off the caffeine. No. But I just wasn't I was spending so much of this just filler time that was accomplishing nothing. This schedule really gives me direction and is creating so much more free time, and I'm getting more done, which is kind of incredible. So that is my first tip for you. Make a schedule. Change that. Don't do what I did and spend 2 years thinking, oh, I can get it done without a schedule. I couldn't. I have too much I need to get done, and I think most people feel that way. Most artists have their day job and kids and all of these things to do. If you don't have a schedule, it's going to be very, very hard for you to find that free time, and that schedule finds that free time for you, which seems so opposite because you're thinking, if I make a schedule, it makes me more busy. No, it really doesn't. It makes me more focused on what needs to get done when, and it gives me so much more free time. The second problem I've had, and this one may be even bigger than the first, and I'm pretty sure you can relate to this with everything in your art because I've seen students do this so much over the years. Don't be such a perfectionist that you get nothing done. And that's what I started doing. A couple of years ago, I realized if I use my DSLR to record instead of the camera that I'm recording on today, this one's an actual video camera. My DSLR is a beautiful, the great lens. You can get the really good depth of field. The video looks amazing on that. But it's not intended for vlogging, and it doesn't have a flip out viewfinder type thing. I can never tell if I'm in focus. It keeps shutting itself off, and I couldn't tell, and I'd have to reshoot things. I was setting up this huge lighting system to get the lighting just perfect, versus right now I'm just using my window, which is what I'm going to be using till I move. Maybe even after that. But the setup, it was taking me about an hour to belt and tape a little mirror. Like, if you saw the setup, you would laugh so hard. But I was taping and belting a mirror to the shelf behind me every time I would need to film, so I could see if the camera was still recording, and I'd have to try to sit down, reposition, see if it was in focus, see if it was recording. If I could see the recording button from that angle, because I couldn't see it from the front, then I would take do test footage, go check on the computer to see if I was in frame, if I was in focus. It was stupid. It was just stupid. That's probably the best way to word that. I was being too much of a perfectionist. It was too much work. So what did I do? I don't have time to do that setup. Just the setup alone was about an hour. And that doesn't count actually shooting the video. I didn't have time because I didn't have a schedule. But even with the schedule, that is just wasted time for what? The video was not, it looked better, but it got to the point where, because it was so much work, I just didn't make a video. So if I can't be perfect, I'm going to do nothing. What? That's stupid. I was being stupid again. And how often do you do this with your artwork? If I don't have the best colored pencils, I'm not really going to take it seriously. I'm just not going to draw. I'm going to wait until I get the better pencils. If I don't have the best paint, the best easel, I'm going to wait until I get those things, and then I'll start working. Maybe you want to record videos and you're like, well, until I can get an expensive camera, I'm just not going to do it. Use what you have now. Anything is better than nothing. Maybe you only have 12 good colored pencils and you're thinking, well, when I get the full set, then I'll start drawing more. Don't wait. Start now. Start with what you have. And that's what I had to realize I needed to start doing. You know what? Yeah, even with the camera, I've got the camera. It just isn't the right camera for this. I can make it look good, but it was such a hassle to make it work. You know what? I'm just taking a few steps back. I'm going back to the old video camera. This one here works fine. It doesn't look as fancy, but it's fine. I'm not even setting up lighting. I'm just going to record during the day so that I can use natural lighting, which is going to shift constantly. Whatever. I know it looks bad. I'll make it better in the future. I had really gotten into this habit. When this happens, when I get the better camera, then I'll start vlogging more. When I get into the new house, then I'll have a better setup that I can leave the cameras up all the time and it's easier to do. Then I'll do it. You know what? There will always be something. Once I move into the new house, it would probably be, well, once I paint the office, then I'll start recording. Once this happens, then I'll start doing that. I think we need to realize that these are just excuses to not get work done now. Do what you can with what you have now. Don't wait. Get started. If that means a set of 12 colored pencils versus the set of 120, that's what you're going to use. If you don't have the best paper, use what you've got. Yeah, your results aren't going to be as good, but something is better than nothing. Don't do what I've done for the last 2 years and accomplish very, very little because everything needed to be perfect and you didn't have time because you didn't have a schedule. I think as a general rule, whenever you find yourself saying, when I get this, I will do that. When this happens, then I'll make this happen. When you find yourself doing that, you know you're making excuses that they're holding you back. If you want to hit those goals, if you want to reach those goals, you just have to start with what you have now. Have you subscribed yet? If not, I have a handy button right there. It's round, has an orange arrow going towards it. If you click on that, that'll help you to keep up to date with all of my new videos that I will now finally be producing every single week. You may also want to click on that bell notification icon because subscriptions, they don't always notify. They usually don't notify you when a video goes up, so hit that bell as well.